Wade here. Welcome to Wade 2025. Leave your comments on Cwu-TV or on YouTube and Cwu-TV Network on Facebook. We'll be glad to respond to those comments and make them available on the air. All right, folks, we're back this week. We're going to be talking about a couple of topics here. After the last show that we did, a lot of questions came in. Well, first of all, Kim Wade, who do you think you are? Why do you think you get the right to weigh in on these issues, and who made you king? Those type of comments. And those are legitimate comments. I can understand that. First of all, for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Kim Wade, obviously. I've been in Jackson since 1981. Came here, job moved me here, and I eventually migrated into the radio community, as it were, because my real job, my 8-hour job, was working with the phone company. But I was also selling real estate, and still sell real estate to this day. But at the time, I was looking for an outlet to advertise my real estate. And so I started buying airtime and talking about real estate, sponsoring that, and making comments. The comments kind of took hold and got an offer to do my own show. And as they say, the rest is history. Now, one of the things that my show has always been conservative. I mean, over 30 years. And at the end of the day, it's conservative today. My message hasn't changed. When I started out on the radio, I was over there at WNPR. My show came on the hour following Charles Everett's show. And I remember Charles telling me, well, we don't need another conservative talk show. Well, he let me do it anyway. Well, he didn't let me do it. You know, I obviously had to pay for the time. But to the extent that he did, we were able to establish the fact that conservatism sells. People are themselves, for the most part, conservative, but they have to be reminded of that, because there's a lot of distractions that make you think that conservatism is not the way to go. But the truth of the matter is, conservatism is what makes America work. Now, I am not trying to sell you on conservatism per se. I'm trying to sell you on that which works. Now, if you're not interested in that, I understand, because a lot of people have a lot of deeply held beliefs. And there's a lot of things that people believe that simply aren't true. And as a result, they don't work. So that's what we're going to be talking about going forward here on Wade 2025 here at the Cwu-TV. And you'll be able to make your comments. In addition, going forward, we're going to be looking to bring in those of you who are running for office. If you'd like to schedule a time to come in and be interviewed by Radio Strongman, which is my radio name, you're more than welcome to contact me at Cwu-TV. Or on YouTube, Cwu-TV Networks on Facebook. So again, contact me, leave your comments, and let me know you're interested in coming in, and we will chop it up, as they say. But now, getting back to why me, how I get to the point where I think I can weigh in on these things. Number one, I know that we can do better as a people. In fact, when we were Negroes, we were building things that last, things that we're enjoying and we benefit from even today. But now, once we started branching off and started becoming blacks and African Americans and all that, our performance, our productivity started to wane. And I just thought, and as a matter of fact, when you hear me use the term Negroes, many people get offended by that. Not me. Because back when we were Negroes, folks, that's when Booker T. Washington exhorted us to be the best that we can be, to learn how to work with our hands. This is when Dr. Mays made men out of the boys who came to Morehouse College, back when we were Negroes. When Dr. Holtzcloth, I don't know if he was a doctor at the time, when he started Utica, first elementary school and then college and et cetera down there in Utica, which is now part of the Hinds County system. Back when we were Negroes, it was routine for those who had attained, and those who knew, pass it on. And if you go back and look in the history of these individuals, I don't care who they were, whether they were midwives, whether they were people who owned the corner store, whether they were pastors, whether they were social workers, school teachers, they all pushed education. And so I'm saying to you from this podium and from behind this microphone that we need to get back to what works. We don't need to get back to what's black. We don't need to get back to what's white. We need to get back to what works. And there are many of you who are giving me pushback on that. And I tell you, that's why I'm here. Because I'm built for the fight, baby. And it's time for us, you and I, to have this serious dialogue on a lot of topics that are holding us back. In fact, it's not just the topics that's holding us back. It's those individuals who are aggrandized, who are making a living, who are profiting from the way things are presently set up. Now, as I told you in the opening, that I am a capitalist. I believe in getting paid. Anything you do 8 hours a day, you need to be getting paid for. You know that. So I don't begrudge them their grind. What I begrudge them is them grinding on my leg. So what I'm saying to you and to those who will listen, we're going to make some changes. We're going to make some adjustments. And my goal, to the extent that it's possible, and the Lord gives me strength, we're going to cut this pie of opportunity and prosperity a little thinner. There's more people who could eat, but for you not willing to change. And you don't want to change because you living in Fat City. Your pockets are on swole. You living a good life. While at the same time, you telling us, man, I sure hate it for you. I know you was waiting for your ship to come in, bruh. And then you suck your teeth. Your ship turned over in the harbor. Well, your stuff messed up, ain't it? No, bro, my stuff ain't messed up. It's you. You messing my stuff up. So that's why we're going to step in, we're going to step up, and we're going to start holding some accountability sessions for all of us, even Radio Strongman. We all can tighten up our stroke, and we all can do things better. And so we have a definite approach of how we're going to be doing things going forward from this podium, this pulpit here at Cwu-Tv. And again, you can be a part of it. But I want you to just listen to the ideals. So getting back to the original question, why me? Who do I think I am? I am someone who's determined to make a change. I've been around people who are change makers. As I said before, I'm a child of God. I'm the seventh son of Willie and Carolyn Wade, and I'm a Morehouse man. We're built to make changes. We don't look for a coalition or a chorus of people to join us, because we have the template of the word to stand on to tell us that if these things be so, you stand here, God has to defend this. He doesn't have to defend me, he has to defend his word. And the word says that we shall live and not die, and we're going to prosper. But now we have a lot of people who are holding us back from that. And that's what we're going to be dealing with here at Cwu-Tv. A lot of people are going to get their toes stepped on. And don't get me wrong, if I call you out by name, call me out by name. I can be held accountable too. But at the end of the day, everything that is best for kids, babies, and property values is going to be the thrust of what you hear coming from Kim Wade here at Wade 2025. It's not rocket science. It's a formula. And it's a formula that has held us in good stead down through the years. In fact, think of your own parents. Think of your mom and dad getting up 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. You remember them leaving home with those blue uniforms on, headed to work, in some cases making less than minimum wage, cleaning houses, feeding other folks' babies. But they put you through Jackson State. They put you through Alcorn, Valley, Morehouse, Spelman, Tuskegee. So don't begrudge the fact that, okay, you know, those were humble payrolls and paychecks, et cetera. It was the spirit in which they approached their job as a parent. So I'm just asking you, as you watch Cwu-Tv and you watch the upcoming shows, that you look at it with that in mind. You're not going to like my politics because I am rock rib conservatives, unabashedly so. Won't be any apologies for that. But what we're looking at, what works. We got too many goose eggs on the board here, Hoss. I want to see some W's. These L's are getting old. And then you telling me the L's are satisfactory because your pockets are on swole. I'm telling you now, if you hadn't heard, I'm going to break it up at the door. I don't mean maybe. I don't mean perhaps. I'm talking about sure enough. We're going to break it up at the door. So again, continue to listen to Cwu-Tv on YouTube, Cwu-Tv Network on Facebook. So check it all out, leave your comments, and we will get back with you. Number one, I am a rock rib conservative, unabashedly so. Many of you listen to the program know that. And when I talk about conservatism, Do for self is as conservative as it comes. I'm a capitalist. I believe in the free enterprise system. I believe that people need to get paid. They call me get paid Wade. I want everybody to eat. Everybody's got to eat. Now here's the deal. I invite your participation going forward. I want you to continue to watch Cwu-Tv and listen to the Kim Wade Show at WYAB 103.9 FM, WYAB.com, Monday through Fridays from 4 to 6. Continue to listen in, add your input, and see if we can be the example for all of America to point to and say, they're doing it right down in Jackson, Mississippi. Now there's a message in there for a believer.